What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to 2GOZ Garage. As you guys see from the title, we're going to be jumping into the Corvette today. When I first got it, the first thing that I told you guys is it needed a fuel pump, and I got it. Got a brand new Bosch OE. I've been dying to jump onto this project because I really want to get this thing started up and going. I hate leaving it out here in the sun. It's just getting ruined out here, so I don't even have a cover for it, but hopefully today that changes. So here you guys see I got the hanger. This came with the car, like I mentioned. It's got new seals and stuff in this bag. Everything's brand new, which is awesome. So I have already taken the fuel pump out. It's very easy. You come to the back of the car here. You have to lift this up, and this is where the gas cap is at. And then you have 4 bolts. You got one here, and one over there, one over there. There's 4 of them, and the whole thing lifts up and out of there. And you got all the room you need to take out the fuel pump. But everything's pretty much already out. I'm gonna bring my air compressor out here, and I'm gonna blow all this dirt and crap out of here so that nothing falls into the tank. I also need to get some sort of siphon to pump out all the old fuel and liquids inside the pump, because it does not look good at all. And I also need to blow air through the feed and return fuel lines, because I don't know if there's any rust or gunks and old dirty fuel. I just don't want to clog the lines and the fuel injectors. I don't want to deal with none of that. Whenever I do go for the first start, I'm going to throw in a fuel treatment so that I can try to clean up the whole fuel system and get that all cleaned up. The fuel filter should be arriving today. It's actually out for delivery, so hopefully I can get the fuel pump in, and by the time I finish with the fuel pump, the fuel filter will come in. I'll put the new fuel filter and we should be able to start it up. Let's get busy. This gas smells so nasty and old. Check this out, guys. It's all rusted out. It's nasty. Alright, and it's gonna be pretty hard for you guys to see in there, but you guys can see, yeah, a little bit. The fluid looks kind of orangish. Orangish? Yeah, orangish. So you guys can see how rusted up it is, and it's just so bad. Alright, so I brought everything inside to the AC because it is super hot outside. I figured, why am I gonna be out there sweating putting this thing together when I can put it together inside in the AC and be comfortable. The new fuel pump came with a different harness, so I have to splice the wire that's on the new fuel pump assembly and put this one on there. So once I get this thing all put together, I'll show you guys the ending product, and then we'll go put it in. All right, I finally got this thing to the point where it's ready to be dropped back in. You guys can see I got the fuel filter, and I don't have the fuel pump. I forget what it's called. There's a piece that goes here. I'll put it up on the screen, the name of it, but I don't have a new one of those, and I'm not gonna put the old one, so I just put a hose. That's usually what everyone does anyways. They just put the straight hose and they don't have any issue with it. Shouldn't be an issue. And I just now got an email that the fuel filter just got delivered, so I'm gonna go grab that real quick. So we actually got quite a few packages and also some bills, but let's open up the packages and see what the fun stuff we got. Oh! These are my new JX servos, the EcoBoost steering servos for the RC cars. These should be pretty good high-speed servos. And then here, I should have the fuel filter. There it is. That's the fuel filter. So, I'm gonna run to the store. I'm gonna get one of those electric siphon pumps to siphon all of the old gas from the fuel tank. All right, so I made it back from Walmart, and I was able to get my siphon pump that I wanted to get, and it's the Hyper Tough electric pump, and this thing goes for like 16 bucks. So I'm gonna stick this right into the tank. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to suck out. Hopefully all of the nasty crap, but I have this empty bucket that I'm gonna throw it all into, and we'll see how nasty it is. Oh my God, that is filthy. So this is what I've gotten so far out, and it looks nasty. Look at how dirty that fluid looks. All right, so I got my light, and you guys can see in there, I cleaned the heck out of the inside of the tank. I got as much of that trash on the bottom out as possible, and it just looks way, way cleaner. I took out so much trash. These are all the rags and all the, you see all the rust that I took out. It was pretty bad. So now I think I'm ready to throw the fuel pump in. So let me go grab that, and we'll drop it in there. Fuel level Hang in first. All drop nice and smooth. All right, so the fuel pump is in. All the bolts are nice and tightened down. I'm missing one, but I'll get that one later whenever I find one or drive this thing to the store and buy a new one. I'm not gonna hook up the hoses just yet because I still gotta blow all the air out of the lines. All right, update for you guys. It's been probably about an hour and a half or so since I filmed the last clip. I've been fighting this fuel filter off, but I finally got the old fuel filter out. The good news is some fuel came out. There wasn't like chunks and dirty stuff coming out of it. The fuel did look just as dirty as the fuel we took out of the fuel tank though, so it's not that bad to access. The only problem is I don't have a strong enough jack to lift it high enough. I only have this small one and a regular car jack. It's kind of sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. I do need to buy a jack, I know, and a jack stands and all that stuff. Trust me guys, I know. Don't hate on me in the comments about that stuff, but we're making it work with what we got. So I'm putting in 5 fresh gallons of 93. Hopefully that will be good enough to get it started up and running. I got all the hoses hooked up on the fuel pump assembly. So all that is good to go. The fuel filter's all hooked up. I blew the air out of the lines. A lot of trash came out of it. Like I heard stuff just flinging out of the lines. So I guess it's a really good thing that I did that. So after I put this gas in it, I'm gonna put in the battery that I have for it. So the battery it came with was completely dead. I put it to charge and it was able to get some charge back. So hopefully it's enough to get the car started. I'm gonna put that on, turn the key, and if the fuel pump comes on, I'll probably cycle it a few times so that I can get fuel in the lines. I'm probably gonna disable the spark and turn the key so that the engine can spin and get oil through the engine because it's been sitting for over 12 years. And I think that'll be a smart idea to get oil moving through all the oil galleries and bearings and all that good stuff. All right, so the battery's all nice and hooked up. I got power into the vehicles. As soon as I hooked up the battery, I heard some like, I don't know, motors or modules or something was making some noise. So now I'm gonna put the key in the ignition and turn the key. And let's see if we hear the fuel pump. I can't hear the fuel pump. The fuel pump is coming on. It's a good thing. So what if you just bump it? Just bump it. Don't try to turn it on, just bump it.
I'm scared.
Alright. I just want to move oil around. Alright, well, it started for like a split second and we got to hear it. I'm sure oil already moved around the engine, so I'm not too worried about that. It just won't stay running. Like it wants to run, but it just can't stay running. So I'm hoping that there's no dirtiness in the fuel rails and the fuel injectors are clogged. That would suck. I'm gonna try to start it again and we'll see what happens. That it actually stayed running on its own power. I accelerated just a little bit to keep it up because I thought it was gonna shut off, but it didn't want to shut off. I'm gonna look through all the fluids, make sure everything is still good, and then I'll try to start it once again. She's running pretty smooth. it does seem like it's got a misfire and probably at 1 cylinder or something, because I did try to give it a little bit of gas to see if it'll get up in RPMs, but it's got like a misfire. I gotta diagnose that and see what's going on, but it's running. Seems like it might have an exhaust leak on the headers. Both sides are doing the same exact thing. Seems a little better now. It probably just needed to run for a little bit. I still can feel a slight misfire. Something's not right. I don't know if it's spark plug wires, the coil. I have no idea. It sounds good though. That fuel system treatment is probably doing its work now. So I did end up checking the transmission fluid level and it was completely low. There's nothing on the stick, so I shut it off as quick as I could. I need to get some transmission fluid, get a little bit of oil. I'll probably change the oil instead of just adding, but for now I just want to add a little bit so I know everything is good. So that's gonna be it for this video. This thing started up, sounded good, has a little misfire like I said, so the next video is gonna probably be diagnosing the misfire, seeing what it is, trying to fix it, adding the transmission fluid, and probably even going for the first drive. I'm so excited. Hope you guys are too. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.